Well, good morning, everybody. I'm Jan Erickson from Stepping Aside, and welcome to Esoteric Influences for the 29th day of July, 2020. Well, I read something disturbing, and I just wanted to share this with you. You know, I guess that in that committee hearing yesterday, when Barr was there and Louis Gohmert was there, turns out today he's tested positive for COVID. He's not wearing a mask or anything. And it was pointed out by a journalist on Twitter that Jerry Nadler, who's running the committee, his wife is undergoing cancer treatment apparently, or has had cancer. I don't know if she's still in treatment or what, but you know, Mr. Gohmert has a responsibility as a lawmaker to set the example for others, and now he's risked everybody that was there. And so we're going to have to pay attention going forward to see who becomes sick. And I don't know. I just find this whole thing shocking. I just do. I just, I don't even know what to say. The lack of regard, the lack of humanity is just stunning. You know, we have a 7 energy for the month still. We have an 11 for today. 29 reduces to 11, and then we won't reduce it any further because it's a master number for illumination and awakening, humanitarianism, all of that. And then for the 22, that's a master number for the year, the cosmic builder. And as I've been saying, it's about soul level change, you know, that's profound and lasting and transformative. So it's interesting that I had already written this because I do most of this ahead of time for the weekly one that I send out in the newsletter on Sundays. So I'd already done this, so I'm going to tell you what I said, and I think it really matters as to what we're finding out today about this. This is frightening. That lawmakers, we've seen it, right? We watched Rand Paul going into the pool and going to the Senate lunchroom and all of that, no mask on, and then he's testing positive. I don't know. Illumination is experienced as we transmute ego into spirit today, hopefully, as we hopefully awaken to a shared understanding with others. I hope Louis Gohmert is ashamed of himself. I really do. He should know better, but, evidently, he's too arrogant to know better or something. I don't know what this is. A new path is possible if we align in higher self-purpose, but it's going to take that willingness to do that, I guess. Willingness to step out of ego today and understand the bigger picture and what's at stake. The hospitals are going to be so overwhelmed that there won't be room for us. You see, that people are very, very short-sighted that are still functioning this way, because ultimately you're not functioning at all. You're harming. That's all you're doing. You're just harming people. I just assume if you don't have a mask on, you're asymptomatic. I just assume you have the virus. What choice do I have? I have a compromised immune system. What choice do I have? I have to view you that way. No other choice. Yeras today is the rune for today, the 12th rune of the Elder Futhark, a 3 energy. It's Kenaz, forward and reversed. No need to even draw it out, is there? But it's an as above, so below rune. It's an earth element rune. It means transformation, balance, give and take, cycles, herbalism, gardening, unfolding awareness, energetic alignment, year, means the year specifically. And it means fertility. But in terms of transformation and give and take and balance with others and unfolding awareness, we need to make use of the 11 energy today and the 22 year, both of them, and the 7, especially to step back from everything, allow perceptions to balance out and settle out and figure out what we do from here. How many people are we going to run around and infect because we don't know we're sick and we're not wearing a mask? How many people are we going to harm? How many will die from it? Because this is what we're really talking about here. We can dance around the subject all we want to, but that's really what we're talking about here. So do we use the Yira energy today to transform perceptions and to come back into energetic alignment with other people? Be on the same path, shared purpose, shared direction, all of that, shared understanding, because that's what's necessary. The moon is in Scorpio until Sagittarius this morning, so now it's already in Sagittarius. That happened at 12:24 a.m. my time. So the drama of the last 2 days, it was Scorpio after all, transitions into more independence, which you may want to share with others. A sesca square between the moon and Mercury, however, suggests a less than tactful approach. Should others disagree with your approach, suggests how did I say that? Did I write that right? Oh, what I said here, I have actually approach written twice. That's why I can't understand what I said. Well, that made no sense. Anyway, a sesca square between the moon and Mercury, however, suggests a less than tactful approach, particularly if others disagree with you today. The Sagittarian influence, well, let me finish this. While a semi-square with Jupiter cautions against impulsivity, because I guess that matters too here. Sagittarians can have no tact. They can be impulsive. They get in a flow and they don't necessarily stop when you say stop. Sometimes you got to clothesline them to get them to stop. Maybe the virus, maybe Louis Gohmert's a Sagittarian. I don't know. But all I know is that I think he offered a bill the other day to ban the Democratic Party. I think it was Louis Gohmert that did that, wasn't it? And now he's got COVID. So anyway, tact may be at a minimum today, particularly if somebody decides to disagree with you. Sagittarians don't always want to be disagreed with. They want to go where they want to go. They want to lead. They're leaders. But if they're a little imbalanced, then some of that gets out of whack. And tact is the very first thing that goes. I know. My husband's a Sagittarian, so I know this is true. It's like they open their mouth, in goes the foot, before they even realize that they're mumbling because there's a foot in their mouth, right? So, yeah. So just be careful when you're interacting with other people that your leadership qualities that are so important to have right now, and that's going to become a little more elaborated on in the human design. I love how this just sort of flows together sometimes. It's like the numerology begins it, then the rune adds, then the moon position adds, and now we're down to the real nitty gritty of it. The channel of exploration joins with the channel of awareness, indicating that a higher level of conviction, or indicating a higher level of conviction today that requires integrity from those in leadership positions, which apparently not everyone there is interested in doing that for all of us. They're not interested in leading, they're interested in being stupid. Anyway, but as dark forces continue their efforts at deception and division, instead of demoralization, instead of feeling demoralized at all of that, because it's easy to do that, right? A new sense of unity is experienced instead today, with more voices joining the struggle toward a shared path forward. Drop resistance to a greater purpose and make your voice heard. Again, with tact. And again, guard against impulsivity. I think that it's sad that people have to understand the effects of the virus and the transmissibility of it by watching people get it and suffer, and giving it to others, and then maybe the others end up on a ventilator. You didn't, but they did, and now you've got to cope with all of that, all because you didn't wear a mask. You do everything possible and you still get it, then you get it. It's just the way that goes. But if you're out there not being safe, then I don't know how you can look at this from later on. I don't know how you'll look back and not feel that you were at least part of that. The very notion that children don't transmit this is stupid. It's not true. So to think that our little ones can go back to school in the fall, or for some next month, you have to ask yourself, why do they want to do that to our kids? I mean, even if you can not understand this from any other standpoint, think about your little one. Think about your first grader coming down with COVID. Think about what that's going to be like. I think that we really need to take a step back here right now before we go any further and make certain that whatever decisions we make going forward protect our children. So wear a mask. Don't allow your kids to go back to school unless the schools can guarantee you and not make you sign off on something saying you won't sue them if your child gets sick or dies. You've got teachers revamping their wills. You've got teachers resigning. My husband read that a bunch of them resigned in the next city over. Well, it's this whole school district, but I think it's the ones that some teachers in Bend have resigned, is what he read, rather than go back. They don't trust what these folks want to do here. So, and I don't blame them. Why would you? When you can have a congressman on a committee not wear a mask and not wearing it anywhere, with the head of the committee whose wife is fighting cancer, oh, that's just ridiculous. We got to fix this. And we have to demand more from our leaders in this. If you aren't going to wear a mask, then resign. Go away. We don't need you. See, that's the bottom line of this. So, again, use today's 11 energy and 22 year. Use the 7 to bring everything to balance, bring everything to rest, and understand the bigger picture of what's at stake. And then let your voice be heard. Tactfully, but let it be heard. Write your congressman, call him up, do something. I don't blame you for being concerned about protesting because that's a scary thing. So I don't know what to say. I'm still reeling from the fact that this man was there and without a mask and potentially infected everybody in that room. I hope he's happy with himself. I hope he's satisfied with himself. This is just nuts, folks. This is just nuts. Anyway, be safe today. Please, please, please be safe today. If you have to go out, wear a mask, wear gloves. My husband and I, we go nowhere without them. We wear them. I don't know. When we come out of the store, we hand sanitize our gloves because we're going to get back in the car. So we don't touch anything in there. We still wash our groceries down when we get home. We still do. So, and we will for the foreseeable future. So anyway, we'll talk tomorrow. I'm going to go do the somewhat daily tarot and rune stuff. So look for that as well. And have a wonderful day. Be good to yourself. Be good to one another. And blessed be.